Hey, what's up, YouTube? You're probably wondering where MCO40 is right now. He's not here right now, so please leave a name, your number, and a brief message, and he will return your call. And thanks for calling. Now, as to who I am, with the one with the glasses, the one with the fan, my name is Vexacus4666, the HBIC of all entertainment, the head bitch in charge, Vexacus4666. Don't forget it, aka Smexy Vexy. And me and Robbie decided to do a little challenge. Well, he decided to step into my domain, my territory, since I threw away and cast aside my agents and moved to prophecies. And he wanted to challenge me since Robbie does not have High Priestess of Prophecies yet, like me. For people who don't believe I have them. He decided, hey, let's do one of those deck challenges. I'm like, sure. He's like, what do you want to build? I'm like, let's do Reaper Turbo. He's like, okay, I can do that. So we did Reaper Turbo, and I'm going to show you guys my deck. Now, you guys probably wondering what Reaper Turbo is. Reaper Turbo is pretty much a different variety of spellbook prophecy decks, but this time you're trying to focus on your graveyard. When I say graveyard, you're trying to get 5 different spellbooks in your graveyard to summon your main bitch, your main boss monster, Reaper of Prophecy, as fast as you can, and activate the 3 special abilities this monster controls. If you control 3 or more spellbook monsters, you get to gain 600 attack points, which will make it stronger than Priestess. And the other effect, if you have 4 or more of you, add a spellbook to your hand. That could do some combos play, spellbook, a secret spellbook, a master spellbook, a power spellbook, attorney spellbook, fate, you know the drill. And the other one is spellbook. And the third effect, when you have 5 spellbooks, you can pretty much special summon a level 5 through 8 dark spellcaster monster from your deck, which in this case you want to bring out Prophecy Destroyer, and then use the special abilities and overlay and create the overlay network with Reaper and make like your Prophecy Destroyers, your Photon Strike Bouncers, Prophecy Destroyer, Prophecy, Photon Strike Bouncers, Sword Breaker, number 25, Force Focus. You guys know the drill. So let's just go straight into the deck right now so I can show you guys how awesome this deck is. And you guys can vote between me and Robbie's deck by looking at the links and telling us which one that you guys like best. So, enough of me rambling. 1 effect Veiler, 2 Full of Prophecies. The reason why you have to play at least 2 Fulls is because the main goal is to mill spellbooks to your graveyard to power up Reaper. And don't forget, if they Veiler it, you cannot mill because of that. It's not like a cost like Card Trooper when you're paying for cost. 2 Lilas. The main reason I'm playing the Lightsport Ninja is because I want to mill as soon as possible, as fast as possible, to mill my books and Prophecy Destroyers to the graveyard. Because realistically, I like my Prophecy, I at least like 1 Prophecy Destroyer in the graveyard. 2 Magical Exemplars. This Diva has a special ability. Every time me or my opponent activates a spellbook, I gain 2 spell counters on this card. I can remove spell counters once per turn off this card to summon a monster equal to the number of spell counters I have. So if let's say Reaper's in my hand or graveyard, I have to remove up to 6 counters. Say like I have 8, okay, take off 6. I have 2 left and I can use my next turn. 2 Prophecy Destroyers, like I said, this card is pretty much amazing late game when it's sleeping in your graveyard. You remove 3 spellbooks, bring it back, then play spellbook Eternity, then do your combos from there. 3 Reaper of Prophecy. He is the custodian of ultimate darkness. This card, I already explained what it does. It's like the main thing. It's Priestess's dark side. 2 Spellbook Magicians. This thing just helps me early search on it. Say like I start to duel, have a Spellbook Secret, play Secret, play Magician, play Master, duplicate Secret, get Tower, get Starhawk, get whatever you need, whatever in your hand. That's what you want to do. Now, I'm taking 1 High Priestess of Prophecy because when you're playing this deck, because this is Turbo and you're playing Reasoning, you have to watch out because as soon as your opponent figure out what you're playing, first they're automatically going to think it's 7. And then say you don't say that, just say Priestess in your hand. They call 7, you have 6s. They're like, what? And then when they realize that, that's when you side deck in your other 2 High Priestess and switch your build around. But I didn't make a side deck for this video. Maybe next challenge. Now, there's 25 spell cards. Card Destruction, Charger Light Brigade, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, 2 Reasonings. Now, here comes the spellbooks. 2 Spellbook Eternity, 2 Spellbook of Faith, 2 Spellbook of Life, 2 Spellbook of Power, 3 Spellbook of Secrets, 3 Spellbook of the Master, 2 Spellbook of Wisdom, 1 Spellbook Star Hall, and 2 the Grand Spellbook Tower. You're probably wondering why am I running 2 of the Spellbook Grand Tower. The reason is, 1, because I need more different spellbooks in my deck, also to be milled in the graveyard for Reaper of Prophecy, but it's also good because it's early game. If you're not drawing stuff, you need to have Activate Tower so you can start drawing your cycle, and then you can start dumping and milling stuff. Now let's look at the extra deck. Ally Justice Catastor, you can just make it with Lila, Exemplar, Veiler. Catastor, make it with Reaper or Prophecy Destroyer. Stardust Dragon, Priestess, you can make this with, or Veiler, Priestess and Veiler, you can do that with. Or you can do some shenanigans with like Lila, Exemplar, the Full, or combos like that, and Spellbook of Life combos. Mistworm, you can make Mistworm, you just need a Baylor, and you just need yourself a Magician. I have done this before, I've done this lots of times. Need a Baylor, a Spellbook Magician, and a Destroyer to get that 9. TG Hyper Librarian, this is just another plus thing, because when you think about it, when you do your Effect Baylor and Magical Exemplar or Lila and summon this thing, you might say, damn, so why would I summon Ally just a Catastrophe when you can go plus by summoning TG Hyper Librarian, play Spellbook of Secret, get power into Master, duplicate power. You got a 4400 TG Hyper Librarian that's about to get double search. Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, because it's in there because you can make him. Big Eye is in there for situations things, especially if you're playing against a water deck and they got that Mega Low, you Monster Reborn, some of your priestess, do that stuff. Or Arcanite, you have Arcanite already on the field, overlay, make that. Number 25, Force Focus. Oh my god, this card is amazing. Especially if you're playing against heroes and your opponent has out the elemental hero, the Shining. What are you going to do? You summon this thing, negate the Shining's effect, and they can't do nothing to you. Full-time Correlative, this thing's just in there because you have Magical Exemplars and Lilas, and your opponents like to set defense when they can't really get over Reapers and stuff. You make this thing, you start getting over their plays. Just be careful of Raikus. But you have, if you have out a full-time Strike Bouncer like I normally do, I normally have full-time Strike Bouncer and full-time Correlative on the field, so you pretty much got them locked. Speaking of full-time Strike Bouncer, I play 2 full-time Strike Bouncers in this deck, along with Wind Up Zenmane, because I do play 2 Fools, because sometimes I might start the Fool, I might have a Fool on the field, and then I can just Monster Reborn one of my opponent's monsters, and then make a Zenmane. Sword Berserker is pretty much good, especially with those Brotherhood, the Fire Fist decks, because you know they'll have that Horn of the Phantom Beast and that other Fire Formation trap card to gain some pop boost. You play Sword Breaker, you call Beast Warrior, they can't do nothing. They can activate it all they want, but it's going to die as soon as start damage calculations, damage step. And another full-time Correlative. I might edit this out. I forgot I had 2 in here, so forgive me for that. I would probably change it for a Utopia in this case. And the last card, no, I'll put Gaga. I'll put Gaga. I'll do it right now on screen for you guys. Cowboy. I'll put Gaga Cowboy in for the second rank 4, and Abyss Dweller for a water. So that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. And like I said, Robbie should leave links, annotations to my channel. Please check me out. I do a lot of stuff like deck profiles, regional updates, letting you guys know what's topping, rants, HPSC dual news. I'm usually one of the first 5 people to get the news up there for you guys to know what's going on with Konami, what's going on with the metagame, and all that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. I'm the HPSC. This bitch is out.
Open right now. Hades Gate.